Welcome everyone. In this video presentation I would like to share with you some stuff concerning about restriction. Now let's say that currently we are going through challenges, financial challenges, and in order to delete these challenges we need some amount of cash, some amount of money. For someone it could be $5,000, for another one could be $50,000, for another person could be $250,000, or maybe $5 million. It depends on the person and depend on the business and depend on the circumstances. Now, we really feel that if we had this amount of funds, of this money, we could take the second breath, right? So we could feel better because it's so heavy, we cannot breathe today. We are lacking money. The situation is over us. So if we just get this amount of money, it's not only that I will feel better. It's not only that I could take the second breath and I could breathe now normally because I cannot sleep, right? But I can also be so nice and the world will be so beautiful and all these people and my friends and my family I would appreciate even more, and I would even appreciate the God and I would appreciate the intelligence which is around me. Everything will be just smooth and fine. All what we need is just to take the second breath. Now, why it doesn't work again? Why it doesn't work? Usually we have to work all the time, go through painful, dwelling all the time, experiences dwelling all the time, what is going to be next, thinking about if something will happen worse or less worse. Why you just basically cannot take the second breath? God, just give me the break. Just once, give me the break. I didn't do anything. I'm a victim. I even didn't do anything in this business to be in these circumstances. I was not this person who caused these problems. I even don't feel guilty about it. I don't have guilt. I am a victim, in inverted comma. But why I have to go through this hard decisions, hard time? And what can we do? And why this is happening to us? These are the questions I would like to answer. But before I answer them, I would like to share with you also some, I would say, situation that I could in also my life and I could in perhaps in your life. And sometimes is that when we desire and we really want something huge, we could say that a minute later, a day later, or a week later, usually it's sooner than later, something challenging comes over us. As if something was, standing in front of us and saying, no, you are not going to get this. You are not going to accomplish this. It wasn't this in the first place. It wasn't this in the first place. It just happened when we state that I desire this, I desire that. My aim is this. Now, if we look at the tree, Now, what tree needs to get bigger? What tree needs to get bigger? Two things, mostly. Rain, water, rain, and sun. Without this, the tree would be small. It would be like in a seed. It would be like in a bush. So, in order to get bigger, and let's say live longer, not 100, but maybe 300, 500, or even few thousand years, the tree needs two things: light, the sun, and water. Now, what do we need to get bigger? Because in the situation when we cannot get the second breath, we are not getting bigger. We are feeling stuck in a place where we are. So what do we really need to get bigger like the tree? Because we cannot get bigger, we are actually getting smaller. So what is going on? And what it is? It is restriction that we are lacking. We don't do restriction in this process of pain. What does this mean, restriction in this case? Now, let's think for a second about the maths. We go to this primary school, okay, and we count. we have to add 2 plus 2, what is 5 times 5, or divided 100,000 by something. And you know, when we think about it in the past, and if we think about what was in the past when we were in school, we could have done that. It wasn't a problem. And you know what? If we carry on since the school age, if we carry on every day for 5 minutes, if we put on a side our phones, our calculators, where we could divide all these things and multiplies, we would be able to multiply 12,517 times 17,624. We could do it easy in our mind. We could do it easy in our brain, easily. But there was no restriction. Why? Because we took the phone and we started to do it on our phones. There was no work. Why I should go through this painful experience if I can do it quicker? And of course, I'm not saying that we shouldn't use it, our phones or calculators, to do the maths. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving an example that there was no restriction. So therefore we couldn't grow, or we cannot grow in maths. Only because of this. It's just a simple example. So the problem is also from the other side. Let's say I have the issue with 50,000. I need the 50,000, whatever that is. Now, why don't we ask God, which can do anything at any time, for 15 millions? No, it's too much. I just need 50,000, not 15 millions, Michael. Just give me 50,000 and we square. I'm going to be fine. No. Why don't we desire, instead of 50,000, 15 millions? Is it any problem between 50 and 15 millions to God? Not for us, but to God? We ask Him for this help. So why don't we ask for 15 millions? Wow, because we feel shame. We feel bad about it. Hold on a second. We feel bad when we need 50,000 and we feel bad when we need 15 millions. So what is going on with us? It's ego here and it's ego there. We feel just basically not worth it for 15 million. Why 15 million? 50,000 is okay. But both the situation are ego. It's ego stuff. Because when we think about 50,000, I'm thinking about my pain. I'm just thinking about my issues I have to resolve. It's only about me. So I want less. And the Creator says, hold on a second, you just want so less? I want to give you more. But if we think about 15 millions, we also feel shame. I'm not worth it, 15 millions. Why we feel that? Why we feel? Because first of all, we have been taking most of the time, not sharing. It's all of us. We just basically take. So if we think about huge amount, bigger, much bigger than we need, we feel shame. And it's not natural to feel shame. Why I should feel shame if I didn't take money from someone else? Because we take in different area and from different part of life. But also we feel shame because we know how much we have to change. How much we will have to change in order to get these 15 millions. And we don't want to change. We just need 50,000 and leave me alone. But this is ego and it doesn't work. We cannot take the second breath. So what shall we do then? What shall we do for 50,000 or 5 millions or 15 millions? Just one thing, restriction. What does this mean? It means that whatever the aim is, and the aim can be divided into, let's say, 100 different subjects, or let's say small steps. In each step, we should do restriction. We should think for a second, is it lack or not? If it's a lack, stop for a second. Why I'm doing this? What kind of lack I feel? Because what I feel the Creators. If I feel pain today, if I feel lack today, if I need 50,000, Creator says, hold on a second, he feels pain, he feels lack, but I don't feel this. So I cannot give him this second breath just like that. And we fight with this situation. And if we fight, and if we try to manipulate, then the period to get the second breath, it's longer. It's the time it's added, it's just getting longer instead of shorter. So what shall we do? We should have a huge desire, huge aim. And on the way to this huge aim, we should just basically do one thing: water and sun. In our case, restriction, which is, it depends on the situation. It depends on the person. Sometimes we should say something, sometimes not. Depends what I feel. If I feel like I have to say something, don't say. Maybe I should go somewhere, but I don't want to go because I feel pain inside me. I feel depression. I should go and talk, no, but I don't want to do it. So that's the proactive way. So every step I will go towards this aim should be proactive. And the aim should be always higher, remember, because for the intelligence of God and the intelligence energy, whatever we ask and whatever is written for us, it's waiting for us. Only because our ego is standing in front of us, whatever we desire at the beginning of the way, we cannot overcome it because we focus on ourselves. And therefore, we cannot get the second breath. So basically, we don't need the second breath, really. All what we need is to do the restriction. That's it. And then we will feel fulfilled. And then we will feel, I don't want this. I just want much, much more. And then we will feel much better. And if we feel, because that is the key words, the Creator will hear us. He will hear us and He will share with us because He wants to share. He only wants to share. And He needs us as the receiver. As in the morning when we eat the breakfast, we need to feel that the Creator gives us the food, the fruits, whatever that is, the bread. But if we go and we need money, then we say, God, where are you? You want to give me? I am waiting. You see, but what kind of feeling is that inside us when we talk about the money? Is it the same as it was at the breakfast? Because if you want to give me water, you want to give me water, and I really want this water, but you want to give me, you are sharing with me and I am sharing with you. But the problem starts that you don't want to give me the water, but I want from you. So if I want, but you are not sure about it, then there is a problem. So of course the Creator wants to give us, He wants to share with us, because imagine, you want to give someone else money, but nobody wants this money from you. Now how do you feel? Pain. So the Creator is the same. He needs us, in inverted comma. It's important for the Creator to have the receiver, and we are the receiver. But from the other side, we should not just take because we feel pain. So before we eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, whatever that is, let's feel, oh, the Creator wants to give me this. I feel pleasure. And He will feel pleasure too if you like it. But if we just want because I feel pain, because I'm hungry, now we've got a problem. Now He doesn't want to give us. It's like with us. Somebody wants to take something from us. Do we want to give it to that person? No, we say, no, I don't want to give it to you. We want to give it to someone when he really appreciates, when he has this desire and he feels gratitude for this. It's the same here. We have the same kind of consciousness as God has. So let's ask and let's work and show off to the Creator, look, I'm grateful for whatever you are giving to me. I want more, but not from the place I feel lack. I feel happiness, and I prove it to you by doing the restriction. All the best.